All right. So still part of SpaceX is Starlink. And Starlink uses satellites to provide internet services. It has over 3,000 satellites in orbit today, with plans for over 12,000 in the next 5 years and eventually 40,000 in a decade or so. OneWeb, its main competitor, hopes to have 648 satellites by the end of 2023. Starlink has so many satellites in orbit that their reflections are now impairing ground-based telescopes from observing space. Next up, Neuralink, a neurotechnology company aimed at integrating.
That's it for Starlink? Got nothing else?
This is all foundation building.
Okay.
This is all foundation building.
Okay.
Right. So now you have Neuralink aiming to integrate the human brain with AI by embedding devices in the brain to control machines and improve healthcare. Recently, Neuralink has released a new telepathic typing video showing a monkey using only its brain to type. The company plans to implant the chip into humans this year with the goal of helping with paralysis, blindness, tinnitus, and according to Elon, perhaps rendering language obsolete. All they need is FDA approval. Enter Synchron, a separate company that is farther along than Neuralink to win regulatory clearance for its devices, and coincidentally, a company that Musk has already approached to purchase. Now, that all being said, Musk has stated that if his kids would suffer an accident, Neuralink's chip is safe enough to help them, which is a contradiction to what neuroscientists are saying. And they're saying that it's decades away from anything like that. But to counter that, Elon said that he would get one. And I cannot help but think when I read that sentence that this is very close to one chip to rule them all.
Interesting.
Now,
I can see that.
Which is a Lord of the Rings reference for any of our listeners that don't get it. And so how does this chip work and why do I say that? Well, the chip works by implanting electrodes into the region of the brain that controls voluntary movement, which then connects to a larger array called the link, which can process, stimulate, and transmit neural signals. It's charged via wireless charging from outside of the head and connects wirelessly to devices that allow the user to control them without traditional touch inputs. This wireless feature is also what sets it apart from any other competitor in this space. Now, for the time being, the neurotransmissions will be a one-way street, right? One-way street. But if the brain starts receiving data from Neuralink, it subsequently directs your body to do things that could give someone control over you. Now, we're going to start seeing some of these companies overlapping and snowball on everything that I just said. OpenAI is a Musk AI research lab. When you think about AI combined with Neuralink and AI's ability to process massive amounts of data 24/7, thinking about how AI found those medical treatments for that super bug that we covered on a previous pod where it was just crunching millions and millions of lines of code. Musk could be entering the territory of creating that two-way street to control the 37 trillion cells that make up the human body. If he can start using AI to compute all of that data and then to send stuff back to Neuralink, and then Neuralink is telling your body what to do, AI is the type of key I think that's missing for accomplishing that.